hold your applause, for the chair of this year's Global Speakers Summit, Mike Handcock. And let me tell you why, and Mike is partner Lundy Jack. Because without Mike's influence, I do not believe we would have drawn the caliber of speakers that we have to this event. And so I want to honour and pay respect to Mike Handcock. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Warren. That's a good Kiwi band, actually, Super Groove. Can't get enough. I thought it was a great theme for tonight. You know, it was 2005 in December, late December, and I was in Cambodia, my first trip to Cambodia. I've since done, I think, a dozen trips to Cambodia. And we went out this day, 40 kilometres from Siem Reap, in these little wagons drawn by motorcycles to this village. And we had backpacks on, and I'd got everybody on our tour to go and buy school books and pencils and hacky sacks and lollies and all this sort of stuff that we could give away to children. And we got off, and all these children ran out of these villages, and they didn't have TV in these villages. And they ran to us, and the families ran, and we started handing out school books and pencils and rubbers and hacky sacks and lollies. Can I ask you a question? How do you feel when you give? Who here feels good when they give? I felt great until I realised I was going to run out. And I realised that there were more children and more families than I had stuff for. And when I got down to the last things in my backpack, and I was just going, look, I'm sorry. There's nothing left. It's okay, there's nothing left. This little child came right in front of me. They're pretty beautiful kids, these Khmer kids. And he just stood there with those eyes. I said, I'm sorry, I've got nothing left. And he just stood there with those eyes, and I thought, okay, how am I going to do this in Khmer? I said, no, nothing left. And he just stood there. Didn't have a stitch of clothing on. And so I'm digging in my backpack, looking for the one lolly, the one something. And all that was in there was a banana. Cambodian bananas aren't very gracious. It was probably this long, and it had been in there a week. And I thought, I can't give him this banana. And he kept looking at me. And I found myself, without using my mind, going into this backpack and holding out this banana. And as I'm doing it, I'm thinking, no, you know those things in the movies? No. As I reached down and he grabbed it with both hands, his face exploded in a smile, and he ran back to his house. He's calling mummy, mummy. His mother came out of the house, and they jumped up and down with joy. And it broke my heart. Because I realised I could never do enough. So when we had the opportunity, and it is an opportunity, to host every single one of you here in New Zealand, I knew already we could never do enough. But I knew that New Zealand could do every bit its job to make this one of the best summits any of you have been to. And our theme, From Leader to Legacy, was the only theme that it ever could be with me chairing this summit, because that's everything that I stand for. and we've seen some fantastic speakers. And we're going to see some amazing speakers tonight. We've got one of my good friends, Anna Stretton. She's amazing. What she does and what you're going to see tonight will blow you away. Tomorrow morning, we've got another one of my good friends, Glenn Levy. This is a guy that National Geographic voted the most dangerous man on the planet. They've done 6 television shows on his skills. You're going to not want to miss this, and he's on at 8 o'clock. But before all of that, there is a core team, and everybody's been acknowledging people tonight. And I want to start by acknowledging 2 of the unsung heroes. If we could have these up, Michael Smith. If we could have Michael Smith up there. Can we give Michael a round of applause? He's at the back, telling me to get that slide up there. Could we all have you stand up just for a minute? It's better to stand up and applaud these people. Can we all put our hands out like this? Yes, great. And put a big round of applause for Michael Smith and now Sherry Bricks, who is hiding behind there, controlling everything from the back. Along with that, next up, but just been mentioned, Bill James. Where are you, Bill? I saw you somewhere over there. Bill put every partner in this event in the room. Elias Canaris, whose vision drove this all the way. And last but not least, the absolute love of my life, Lundy Jack, who's been with me every step of the way. Please give these people a great round of applause. And please take your seat. Isn't it great applauding? Do you know why you applaud? Back in the old days, in ancient Greece, they realized that we have more nerve endings in our hands than any other part of our body. Men, this is true, right? And when you go like this, you feel your hands ring. Everybody clap really loud. Right? Stop. Feel it? So, at the end of a boring Greek speech, they would do that. And so people would wake up. Now, because I'm about legacy, I thought, what can we do that can involve everybody here? And I've got this really cool little game for us. On each of these tables, there is a blue envelope. We have selected from around the world 24 random people. Here I have Mr. Giannopoulos, who happens to be from Australia, but they're from the New Territories. There's the Northwest Territories in Canada. They're from Northern Finland. They're from Afghanistan. They're from all over. Each table has this. On this note, we're going to do an exercise that's going to take 6 minutes. On this note, I want you to write a comment, your piece of wisdom to this person. Our crew is going to collect these envelopes at the end of this, and we are going to post these envelopes to these people saying that they're being spoken about at the Global Speakers Summit in New Zealand, and the greatest thought leaders on the planet at the moment are sending their best wishes to them and their family and their pearls of wisdom. So take that envelope and pass it around the table. Now, if I can just have my assistant throw up some things. These are going to be fun because on your table, you also have... Catch that? How's this, Warwick? Is this AFL good, is it? Thanks, brother. And we'll just go down here. We also have these balls, so you can write comments on the balls. There's pens on every table. Let's get the music cranked up. Write your comment to somebody in another country, your pearl of wisdom that we are going to mail to them, and then we are going to ask them to read this, take photos, put it on their board, and then again mail it to somebody else. And we're going to see how far this goes. This is the message in the bottle that you are going to give that will change people's lives, that long after we have left this event, you are going to have an impact on people's lives. These letters are going to change somebody's life in a very positive way. And this is a brilliant thing. This is leader to legacy.